make a really cool box that has rounded sides. Mine has a circle for a base, but yours can be any shape that you want. I'm going to begin constructing with my base. I will also need a long, skinny piece of cardboard. I want to check the cardboard and make sure that the lines in the cardboard are running from one long side to the other long side. Like this, not like this. I can also check to make sure the holes in the cardboard are on the long side. Now all I have to do is decide how tall I want my box to be. So I'm going to measure here with my ruler at the 0. I'll measure over 3 inches and make a mark. And then maybe here in the middle of my cardboard, 3 inches, and make a mark. Now I'm turning my cardboard, lining the edge of my ruler up with those 2 marks that I made, and I'm gonna draw my line. It didn't go all the way to the edge, so I'm gonna move my ruler down, line it up with my existing line, and draw another line. It appears that my cardboard is damaged in this spot, so I might end up cutting that off. I'll make a mark right now to remind myself that that's something I want to do. Now all I have to do is cut it out. I'm ready to start gluing my side onto my base. So I'll grab a tab and put 1 on the circle, 1 dot on the back of the tab, and I'm going to glue it to the end of my piece of cardboard right there. I'm going to wait a moment to make sure the glue is all the way hard and cured. There we go. And I'm bending that tab so it stands up. Oh, sometimes the cardboard tubes come apart. You can just peel that piece off and use it as another tab. So 1 dot onto the base. Make sure it's all the way cured. And then 1 dot. Wrap the side around. I'm going to keep going just like this. 1 dot of glue, glue it on the base, fold it up, 1 dot of glue, glue it on the side. If you move on to the next tab too soon, you'll notice that your tab might peel off, or if you don't have enough glue, it might peel off, and you'll need to go back and just glue it a little more securely. Hold it until the glue is cured, because otherwise it's going to do this. You don't want that to happen. Okay, that looks tight enough. I'm going to keep going. Oh, I noticed I had the same thing happen here where I didn't get quite enough glue. That's okay. Same process. You have to be patient with this process. It's not very fast. This time I'm gonna try making a line and seeing if that works better. holding the two together until the glue cures. I think it's about the same. To start working with my base on the table because I don't want the side to go up at an angle. I want to make sure that it's flat on the bottom. Plus, I think it might be a little easier to push that tab in to the corner. I'm really using my finger to push it in the corner there. Observe I'm getting really close to where the two pieces are going to overlap. If yours don't quite reach, that's okay. You can cut another piece the same height and start a new one. In my case, I'm gonna get everything glued together first, and then I'm gonna trim it off. My Sharpie to draw a line where it overlaps the other piece, and then I'll use my scissors to trim it off. It's pretty good. Maybe needs a little more trimming. Great. Now I've got all the bottom glued, but you might notice this is doing a little teardrop shape. If you glue tabs along this seam, it'll help bring it back round. I'm going to do that now. I'll start with one at the top, and then I'll do one in the middle and at the bottom. Gluing across, squeezing tight until the glue sets, and then letting go and moving on. Do you see how it pulled it back round again? Now, if you're running out of cardboard, you can leave your box just like this. But if you have cardboard, it'd be a great idea to add a second layer of cardboard around the outside and onto the base. The reason is that corrugation in the cardboard helps make it strong, but it also makes it susceptible to warping. And so you want your box to stay round, and for that reason, you're gonna need to add another layer of cardboard to make it stronger. When you do this, you want to make sure the corrugation in the cardboard is going the opposite direction of the way you currently have it. So for my side, I notice the bends in the cardboard are going vertically here. So if I take a piece, the bends are going vertically. Now the bends are going horizontally. That's how I want to make my second piece for the sides of my box. So I'm going to measure, was it 3 inches from the top? Make a little mark. Make a little mark. And then turn my ruler. Make sure the 2 dots are touching my ruler and draw my line. This piece is a lot shorter than the one that I used for the box. I'm probably gonna have to make a second one. So rather than start, stop, start, stop, I'm just gonna do 2 right now. Make a mark at 3. Make a mark at 3. And hopefully 2 will be enough to get all the way around. Now I'm going to cut those 2 pieces apart. I'm checking to make sure they're fitting, and fortunately they are. So now all I need to do is hot glue them on. The gluing part is easy, but getting it to stay is a little trickier. You'll want to do this in steps. So glue 1 inch or 2 on your piece, put it on your box. Rest it on the table to make sure the side doesn't go up at an angle. And you want to make sure the glue is cured. Now I'll move on. Put a little glue and I'll bend my cardboard around my box and hold it until the glue cures. If you let go too early, it might come loose. Same process, glue a little. Bend it around. You might also notice your box starting to pull a little more round. Now I'm going to grab my second piece and glue it on right where I left off. Holding it tight until the glue cures. And continuing to add glue and bend it into place. Notice how it's popping up there? That means I didn't wait long enough before I moved on. I'll have to put a little more glue, and this time I'm gonna have to hold it longer and tighter. That's better. Extra. So I'm going to fold it, use a pencil or a marker, and try to draw a line, and then trim it off. Matches up pretty good. I'll put that little bit of glue in there and pinch it closed. Now I need a new piece of cardboard to trace a second base layer. I'll put my box in the middle of my cardboard. I'm looking at the direction of the corrugation. Here, it's going vertically, so I want my second layer to go horizontally to avoid any warping of the cardboard. Turn it over there, put it as close to the edges as possible, and trace around it. my lines are wiggly, so I can kind of just eyeball them, round them out. And now I can cut it. I'm rough cutting first to get rid of the extra cardboard to make the curved parts easier to cut. Before I go any further, I want to check and make sure it fits. And it does. Before I put my cardboard on, I want to make sure that the corrugation is going in the opposite direction. Here it's horizontal, here it's vertical. So this is where it belongs. So I'll put my glue on this back. And make sure, okay, so vertical, horizontal. There we go.